My husband and I, we were here in the Bay Area a year ago. And it was during that time that we were trying to cram so much in because I was excited. I had been to the West Coast like passing through, but I was excited to be here. So we were trying to do everything. My husband was like, who gonna do all of that? I'm like, we're going to the Redwoods, we doing this, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go to the wine country, we gonna do, who gonna do all of that? I said, we are. And one of the things that I wanted to do was to meet Minister Wanda. And God said that encounter does not need to be a pass-through.
Amen.
See, impatience keeps us settling for less than. And so initially we had connected and I said, when we come to California, I want us to get together. And she said, okay. And the day just got away from us. And I said, well, maybe we can squeeze it in and do a little coffee, or maybe we can squeeze it in and do a little lunch, or maybe we can squeeze it in and pass by each other on the pier. And God said that encounter does not need to be a pass. So I felt bad initially because we had said that we would connect. And when we got back, Minister Wanda had said, oh, I really wanted to connect with you. But because I did not know how to say that God said this ain't supposed to be a pastor, we got a whole lot to do, but I really do want to meet you, but I can't meet you this time. So a lot of times, because of our misunderstanding and our impatience with the messaging, we miss the opportunity to speak what God has given. So I could have easily have said, Minister Wanda, now it's just not the time. But because I did not understand, I just let it slide on by. How many times have you done that? Heard what God has told you to do because you don't understand the fullness of the message, so you let it slide on by. Relationships are ruined like that.
That's good. That's good.
Had it been anything other than a God-ordained situation, Minister Wanda could have been like, now she done came all the way over here to the West Coast. I said I was gonna meet her. I ain't, and she couldn't even give me a call. How many times have you dismissed people like that?
Yes.
Well, I ain't even better, no way. I mean, I just see, she telling me who she is.
That part, yep.
But here we are today.
We are.
So pay attention to everything and everyone who crosses your path. A lot of times we're very impatient with that because we do not understand. See, me crossing paths with Miss Leslie led to me crossing paths with Minister Wanda. Impatience makes us feel and think that everything needs to be scheduled.
Yes.
God is the creator of time. God is not bound by time.
Come on, Daddy.
Our little schedules do not make heaven blink.
That's right.
Heaven can use you during a nail appointment,
Uh-huh.
which God did. That's how I got here. So I was at my nail appointment on a Sunday morning at 9 a.m. watching Leslie's Lessons Learned. Mind you, my nails look good, right? Okay, all right, okay. I pay a grip for these nails, all right? So I'm sitting there, so I need to be focused at this appointment because I'm paying money. So I had my little earbuds in and I had my phone set up and I'm sitting there and Minister Wanda said she was doing a conference, enough is enough. And when something leaks inside of you, you don't get to determine the when, the where, the how much, what time, what day. God said, you're going to be there. So I'm getting my nails done. Like I said, I'm paying a grip for this, okay? So I snatched my hand away from the girl and I'm trying to type in my, I'm going to be there. And she's like, no. She's Russian, right? So she's slapping my hand, and she's like, no. And I'm like, hold on. And I said, I'm going to be there. And then she was like, your nails aren't going to cure, right? I said, but you know what? God has factored all of this in to the equation.
Right.
Oh, my nails are going to be okay. And I'm going to get this message through. And I'm going to be in California. I did not know the date. I didn't know anything. I just knew I was going to be there. And then somebody said, in that Super Bowl weekend? I don't know Super Bowl from, Punch Bowl. I don't care. I'm not a football. My husband knew. And I said, well, I'm going to go to California. He said, that's Super Bowl weekend. I said, okay. And then the date got changed. And God said, you definitely going to be. You would have been there either way, but you definitely going to be there now. So I was coming initially to be in the room. I wanted to be in the room. But that leap that I felt in my spirit was heaven connecting us at the appropriate time.
Okay.
Impatience keeps you from connecting the dots. Until you seeking, you shall find. Knocking, the door will be open. A lot of times we look at that from our perspective. I'm asking, I'm seeking, I'm knocking. But in grand God style, it works for everyone.
That's right.
You may be the answer to someone's question. You may be what someone is seeking, they will find you. And you may be on the other side of the door knocking on. But the world is so confused and thinking that everything works one way. If you woke up this morning, everybody woke up this morning, right?
Yes.
Y'all here?
We breathe.
Guess what? If I got breath in my body,
Yes.
and you got breath in your body, God invited us all back again. My value is no less than yours.
Come on, that's
We all got invited back again. Thank you, Jesus. The fact that we are here means what? There is work to do.
That's right.
There's a part for me to do. There's a part for you to do. There's a part for God to do. The problem is that we get impatient with the different parts.
That's right.
We get impatient and overwhelmed with the different parts because we're trying to do them all.
Yes.
Once again, is life experience. Okay? So yes, I'm a hot mess, okay? But a mess that God is using powerfully. And for that, I am grateful. When God allowed me to enter into this space, God allowed me to enter in almost through the back door, okay? My life was such a mess that all I wanted to do was just survive. If I can just make it through today, then I'll see what tomorrow will bring. If I can just make it through today, I'll see what tomorrow will bring. My marriage was a mess. My marriage was a mess. Like my marriage was dead, like dead. Like rigor mortis is saying it dead. It was dead, okay? It was gone. My finances were a mess. Mess. Okay, at one point, I don't even know why I tell these stories. My bank account was like the lottery in reverse. Okay, have you ever? Okay, little story time. Okay, you know I can go, so you just put your hand up when I'm ready. So I'm I'm teaching about impatience, okay? I am the best student for this. So my husband, this was right around the time we had just bought our second home. So we were upgrading from a townhouse to a single family home, which is a beautiful thing. So you have to do a lot of work to get your credit right and to get everything together. We had done that, okay? God was teaching me about patience during this process because prior to this process, I had been very impatient. But heaven will give you scenarios. When you pay attention to everything that crosses your path, you get to realize that impatience is your problem, not God. Patience is encoded in the process. Impatience keeps you from experiencing the fullness of the blessing, okay? Impatience keeps you from getting to the finish line. Impatience keeps you settling for less than what God has done. But see, the problem is sometimes that our settling for less than is so much better than the crap that we had before that feels like the blessing. But it's not. Impatience was keeping me stuck. So my husband and I, we were getting impatient with our first town home. Because when we moved in, it was just me and my husband, so that was big enough. But then, so now it was 3. There were 3 of us in this townhouse, which was more than enough room. But in our mind, because comparison also keeps you impatient, okay? Because we are comparing our lives to others. Well, we just have a townhouse, but they done moved into their single family home, and they got 3, it's 3 of them, and it's 3 of us. Maybe we should look at moving and doing something else, right? And so because we looking at the Joneses, and actually the last name was really Jones. It's not even, I just thought about it. Look at God. And so with that being said, we were impatient. So we were like, oh, this house is just too small. We can't do anything with this. And so we went looking around and we found the house that we wanted. We wanted the house didn't want us because we couldn't afford it, right? So we went up to it and we saw the little sign in the yard and had the realtor on there. Somebody said, you know what, we're going to go and call this realtor. God sends you who you need, not who you want, okay? So the realtor came and met us. You got to pay attention to everything that crosses your path. Out of the whole DMV area, the one realtor that we connect with works with my mother-in-law, okay? So we just sit here. Okay, God is all up in this. He comes to the house. He's smooth. He has a suit, like a 3-piece suit. Cologne, you smell cologne before you see him. I'm like, oh my, who is this? Okay, I'm like, God, who are you sending? He gets in the house. All right, kids, so what we trying to do here? I said, are we trying to move? We want to move, we got to move, 3 of us here, we need to move on. He was, my mother-in-law and their co-workers and all of that, and so he felt some level of comfort with us because we were, I guess, technically like family, maybe. But he looked around. He said, "Well, that's all well and good, but I gotta check that credit score." I said, "You gotta do what?" I said, "We just want to look at the house." He said, He said, "No, the credit score ain't right then. You can't ride in the caddy." I looked out the window. I said, "He has a caddy." He said, "You ain't getting in this caddy if the credit score ain't right." So I said, "Okay." So Mike and I, we ain't checked nothing, right? We just saw the house that we wanted. So he read by his guy. I said, "Okay." So his guy, said, "No, they can't ride in the caddy." So he picked up his hat and just hit his cologne, walked on out the house. So my husband and I, we're dumbfounded at this point. What are we going to do? If I say, I guess we won't be riding in the caddy. I said, okay. But in the meantime, see, patience is encoded in the process. Immediately when something gets too small or something appears to be uncomfortable, our initial decision is to move on. God doesn't give you anything that cannot be maximized. If God has given it to you, then it has everything that you need at the moment. And when you have maximized that, then heaven promotes you. We are so big into self-promotion that we don't even understand how powerfully and completely God does a thing so that there won't have to be any rework. Impatience requires rework. So at that moment in time, my husband, like I said, we were dumbfounded because we hadn't run our credit score and we didn't know. So now we're like, what are we going to do? And in my spirit, God was like, you have more than enough. Okay. And at this time, my husband and I, we got married, and this is where our marriage problems began because we made appearances. Oh, we took a good, I should have brought my wedding pictures. We took some pretty, y'all, we took some pretty wedding pictures. We had the doves, we had everything. It was lovely. We had birds of paradise flowers. It was amazing, okay? Can I be just real? Okay. If you hoeing around before you go down the aisle, nothing changes after you say, I do. My husband and I, we older now, okay? But back in the day, I love it when they do those flashbacks like, Mommy, what were you like in the 90s? What were you like in the 80s? Girl, don't you do that trend with me, okay? Don't do that, okay? Don't be pulling out those skeletons in the closet. But I had my issues. He had his issues. But we were too impatient to do the work. See, I was raised Catholic. And in the Catholic Church, everything is regimented. It's still a practicing Catholic. And I do Catholicism. It really helped me spiritually. It's a very mystical sort of religion. So for that, I am grateful. But a whole lot of other stuff, it was interesting. So my husband and I, the conditions, because at that point I was still Catholic, and one of the conditions is that we had to get married in the Catholic Church. So in getting married in the Catholic Church, my husband was Baptist. He's like, what we got to do? I mean, can we just go ahead and do that? And this was the thing, right? I had a lot of questions. This is why I was real problematic with my parents. So we're in marriage counseling, so the questions for him, gonna counsel us and you can't get married? I'm trying to understand, like, how you gonna walk me through this and you can't do half of the things that we probably already done that I just don't understand. I have so many questions, but I just wanted to pass and just get through it so I can move on to the good part. Impatience. This is how impatient my husband and I were. Imagine a boardroom and the table was pretty much as long as this platform here. I'm on one side, my husband's on the other side, and they give us 100-question test to gauge our compatibility. We're in the same room, y'all. Mike, what you got for number 70? But we're across from each other and they're testing us and they're trusting us and trusting us to be. I got a lot. You know how much we don't put down on this little, what's it, the ballroom, and we got the cake. We don't pay for he's getting married. Guess what, y'all? We got 100% on the questionnaire. We were very compatible on paper. On to the next. So one of the things that we were not supposed to do was fornicate, have sex before marriage. Of course not. This is another sign of impatience when you are lying doing marriage counseling to a priest, okay? We had literally just bought our townhouse, so we were doing everything out of order. So the priest told us that we had to, my mama had the priest, one of the priests at home, not the priest that we were getting counsel from, but our childhood priest, to send me a letter saying that we needed to separate. Separate what? Both of our names are on this deed right here, so we both gonna be here, okay? So that was problematic. And how it happened, I have no idea. But going down the aisle, I'm like 3 months pregnant, okay? So I got the wedding dress, and my mama is like, because I had to tell my mama, because you know, mamas know everything. You all right, baby? That dress fit like it went. Come on over here for a minute.